Amy? That's one of Eggman's clunkers! Out of my way!
No! He helped me before by letting me escape. This robot is different. You don't need to hurt him, okay?
Amy! Okay, I guess I'll let him go then.
The A carrier's losing altitude.
We're fresh out of time! Take Amy and clear out, fast!
What about you?
I'll nail that Eggman! Can't let him escape!
I knew you would save me, Sonic! You're my hero! You okay? It's dangerous here! Don't pay attention to Eggman anymore! Free yourself, come on!
Why are you helping me?
I said we'd be friends, and I'm returning your favor! Even this birdie wants you to be free! Eggman's not the kind of man you should work for. Amy, come on, let's get going! Until we meet again, Mr. Robot, take care of yourself! What Sonic is doing. He's always rescuing me, it seems. I should be more independent. You know, you sure surprised me by having a Chaos Emerald with you. No wonder they were after you, my feathered friend. Hey, a pendant! Wow! I'll help you find your family. Does Eggman have them captive now? I bet he does. So I'll help you find your family. I've come this far. I may as well go all the way. That robot said Dr. Eggman's base is in the Mystic Ruins. So what do you say we check it out?
What's cracking with you people? This is the Devious Wolf and welcome back to another episode of Sonic Adventure DxD Amy playthrough. In the last one we escaped Eggman's fortress. Well no, in the last one we ran some more, got captured, and escaped. Now a lot of you may be wondering, Wolf, why in the world did you cut the last episode on a quote-unquote cliffhanger when we know what's gonna happen? Two reasons. One, dramatic flair. Two, it just seemed better to end it there and start off on the next loaded cutscene. It just seemed like a better place to cut. That's literally it. Behind the scenes here. In this one, we're gonna finish up Amy's playthrough today. Well, Amy's story. Now here comes the worst part about this game. Running through this forest as Amy. because I've been dancing around the issue for a while now. No, I think I mentioned it once, but Amy is unbelievably slow, and is made worse here where you have to go up a lot of hills. Her stem start thing helps a little bit, but man, it can be painful, especially if you don't know your way around here and you get lost. Oh, sweet lord. Anyway, as you can see, Amy's story picks up right after Tails. Well, with Tails' story kind of heads off to its end. We are now moving on to Amy's halfway point.
I don't remember this bridge. Looks dangerously suspicious. Wanna go?
Because, of course, a dangerously suspicious bridge, you obviously want to walk through it. Well, let's go. And here we are, back in Eggman's little place. There's, I believe this one is Silver Sonic from Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Metal Sonic from Sonic CD. I think we've seen them beforehand, but what are you gonna do? Now we're gonna play this little game again and get into Amy's final level. I believe it's her final level. Up, and got it. Nice. And in we go. Final egg.
Not you again!
Now this is what I do not get about this robot. We can assume that Eggman programmed this thing to find this bird, which is actually called a Flicky, which isn't a random Sonic thing. It's actually a character from a Sega game called Flicky's Adventure. I believe it was a Sega Master System game. I did not know you could break those. Nice. Oh yeah. You need to stop that. But yeah, the Flicky's actually from another Sega game. It didn't. I don't think it did well, so I think they just adapted it to Sonic. Here's a little bit of a trick here. Zero's going to follow you. You hit the button, and if you hide behind here, when he gets to the room, he won't know where you are. Now, I think because I knocked him out, he's not gonna. His AI's messed up, so he's kind of running here, no problem. But yeah, Zero is programmed to follow this thing, and we can assume that the only reason why Eggman programmed it to follow him was to get the... Jesus, he is just Kool-Aid Manning it up over here. Okay, so that's not gonna work. I need to stop that. Now, if he gets a lock on you with that beam, he's gonna shoot his fist at you, and that's going to it's supposed to just home in on you, but you can dodge it easily. It's honestly not that difficult. But yeah, Eggman programmed this thing to follow the Flicky just to get the Chaos around him. Why bother coming after me now? I mean, this thing is literally, he built this gigantic robot to find a freaking bird. Like a waste of effort to me. You could have made it a little bit smaller and been done with it, but hey, what are you gonna do? Also, another thing to note is that these doors are random. Like, some doors are dead ends and some are the actual way to go. And I think it's random which one's the actual door. Like, I've seen different playthroughs. I've seen one playthrough where it's... I have had playthroughs where I've had to open up just 3 of these doors, and that's usually the one that does it. And I've seen some playthroughs where it's like you get it on the first freaking try. You hit the barrel there, it's not gonna help me out. Probably supposed to use the platform, but if you know what you're doing, you can just kind of go. And here we go. We're done. But yeah, I just don't know. I think it's random. Because I seen it be the green door beforehand. Hey, what are you gonna do?
That was a close one. I saw no sign of your relatives, Birdie. Oh, you escaped from the egg carrier. So maybe your family's still in there. Let's investigate, wanna?
I don't get that zoom in. I really don't get that zoom in. Now here's the thing, I'm sure it's supposed to be comedic, but with the way the cutscenes are animated. Also, weird thing about Amy's run here, if you actually notice, while she takes a long time to get up speed on the ground, and you may have noticed it in the last level too, but if you start Amy at the bottom of a set of stairs, and then run up it, she gains speed like nobody's business. I don't know why it's like that. But yeah, I guess it's supposed to be a little bit comedic, or just like, hey, now we're gonna go on a zany adventure, like we've been doing the last, what are we going on, 2 hours now? I mean, the way I've been splitting this up is probably more like 4, but you can beat this game in about, actually, no, it takes about, it actually takes about an hour per playthrough, so yeah, that, yeah, it's been about 4 hours, but yeah, it's just like, hey, and it probably would come up a little bit better if it wasn't for, okay, for one thing, it is the 90s now. That's not an excuse, because there have been other 3D games that had very good animation going into it, coming out the 90s when they first did. I think Crash Bandicoot is the earliest example I can think of that had really good animation for a 90s 3D game. But this is Sega's first jump into 3D, like fully animated 3D that doesn't look like whatever 3D Blast was. So I'm gonna give a little bit of leeway. Not to mention it honestly gives the game a weird kind of dated charm, in my opinion. Could be rose tinted glasses, maybe not. Who knows? Now there is something to note about the game that I actually have not brought up because I haven't had a need to bring it up yet.
The train headed for Station Square will be departing soon.
Anywhere you can access the train station in Sonic Adventure, there is a way to get to all 3 adventure fields once the 3rd adventure field is opened. Because the only way to get to the egg carrier now is by boat. Yeah. Egg carrier didn't just crash into the side of a building and explode. It just landed in the water.
Are you okay? You idiot! How could you do this? Now you're gonna get it!
And in this corner, weighing several hundred tons, E0, the Chase Master. And in the other corner, Amy Rose, weighing at maybe 20 pounds. with a gigantic hammer in tow. Will she? Oh, wow. Maybe I should stop being an idiot and pick up a ring. Huh, no, seriously, I did not think that was going to happen. Now, here's the trick with Zero. You're going to knock him into here. Now, after all this time of hitting Zero with our hammer, now we can do damage with him. Huzzah! The trick here is to hit him into the electrified ring, which why this is here, I don't know, and then tap him on the little tilt button on his head. You're gonna do some damage to him, and then after a while you're gonna play jump rope with him. You know, this boss fight really isn't that hard. I don't know why I've died twice on it now. Like legit, it's not that hard. As long as you keep him close to the electrified ring, and then you just tap him on the head, and then just, you know, keep your distance, jump over the shockwave as need be, keep a ring on you. It helps if when he's doing the jumping thing, you keep him close to the electrified barrier. So that way when he's vulnerable, you can just knock him into it and be done. You can beat this boss in maybe 30 seconds. No, I guess... No, never mind, it's not random. But yeah, he's gonna... he'll do this. I think this is his big... I'm going to get you attack. Call it quits. Leading towards the ring. Leading towards the edge of the ring again. Smack him. And do a little bounce thing. Now, after the first hit, I think he's going to do this a number of times. Maybe 6? Well, it looks like maybe more than 6. Okay, what is up with this? Okay, seriously, what is up with that? Okay, and after this, you're gonna bop him on the head, and he's done! And that is the end of E0, the Stalker robot.
See, I can do this! Please wake up, Birdie! Are you okay? Can you fly? Whoa! You did it! Now you three can live in peace again! I'm so happy! I'm going to try my best, too! Just watch me! I'll make that Sonic respect me! And by that time, it's gonna be too late!
And that's the end of Amy's story. Honestly, It's honestly not really that climactic, to be honest. I mean, we spent the whole game running from this robot, and at the end of it, we bonked it on the head 3 times. There really wasn't that much to it, but on the whole, Amy's story, while you could have very easily had Amy's story, and they probably would, and given Sega's, or Sonic Team, I should say, Sonic Team's pattern of, I think their trend of cutting back on how many characters they include as playable characters, which I think is a good thing for the moment. You could have easily just had Amy be like a series of cutscenes and not have missed anything. Her gameplay on the whole isn't bad, but it's a lot like Knuckles' gameplay, or Tails' tail attack. Interesting, and it could be a fun way of fighting, or a fun way of dispatching enemies in terms of gameplay. But what they have you doing just isn't conducive to. It renders that gameplay pointless, I should say. Because with Tails' tail attack, if Tails was in a scenario, there's a recent game here, Sonic Unleashed, the Werehot sections, his tail attack would be much more useful in that scenario. But because the scenario they had him is race Sonic to the finish, you don't end up using it that much. Heck, I know one level you can literally skip the entire thing and finish the level in about 30 seconds, if you know what you're doing. Same thing with Knuckles' boxing. It did have its uses in a couple of areas, it did. But for the most part, you're not going to need it. Which is, I think, is a Sonic staple. You're not supposed to spend a lot of time racking up points by getting kills. You're supposed to get to the end as fast as possible. And given that they made Knuckles and Tails more objective-based, yeah. Amy's the same way. They definitely, because they had the hammer mechanic, and then they had the stealth mechanics, which I didn't show off, because how they implement them and when and where they implement them really doesn't make them useful. Because you saw that there were several times you could hide in barrels. Well, when they give you the barrel, Zero's already dropping down to notice you. It's like a split second. There's a split second where you can use the barrel and completely fool him. Oh look, I unlocked an avatar artwork. Didn't see that one happen. But because they have Zero drop in, breakthrough, or just appear so suddenly, you really can't make use of the stealth mechanics. The only way you can make use of it is if you hit him. I'm being serious here. Is if you hit him and then hide. Because there's a second where he's just kind of getting up and he'll be lost. But at that point, you might as well just run for the finish. But on the whole, while I don't think, and I think I said this in the last episode, I don't think Amy's gameplay was all that necessary. If they had taken it out, you would not have lost anything. I don't think it would have improved the game's quality, but it definitely would have improved its staying power. You know, you just have Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles up to this point, I think would have been fine. But even that being said, it was still a fun romp, and I don't say no to doing it again. I honestly don't have any problems playing Amy's story again when I pick up this game. So, now that we're done with Amy's story, we move on to the next one in the next episode. In the meantime, I've been a Devious Wolf, and I'll catch you later.